Oh, yes! Rockin'! Wicked! Ah, cool! Yes! Oh, KO2 fan, my man! How's it going? Ah, awesome! Let's rock! Wicked! Right, we're going to have... so I haven't worked out how long this stream is going to be today, because there's a few things that I'm looking to do, and if I get it done, I'll see how much time I've got left over and do more stuff. So, what are we looking to do today? Right, so today... we are... Well, what we did last episode... was now it's going to sound like a really dull episode. Oh really? Oh, fair play. Well, just chill, just take it easy. Oh, fair play. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I am not 100% massive fans of the trains, especially around like Euston and stuff. There's just, like, it's like the number of times that you get, like, I would say I'm probably standing up 80% of the time, and that's not, I'm not even going on peak hours, but but yeah. Anyway, yeah, so we spent quite a lot of time yesterday making sure this little arrow here was here. So now this is actually an indicator as to what his next action is going to be. So if we end turn now, we know he's going to jump forward one. So what we also did was, like, not that it's like absolutely super amazing and exciting, but we also meant he's got a 10% chance of jumping forward too. But what we want to do today is add 2 more moves. None of which are going to be like super exciting, but they're going to be quite fun to actually implement and try and put in. Since the pandemic, I've been able to sit. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good point actually. Yeah. But I mean, to me, even like when I was trying to get on the train recently, I think like they'll. I did actually, like, quite a while ago, I did this long discussion on. Now, there's an expression which I've called platform bus, right? It's when a certain train station isn't up to scratch or whatever, and you're having to use a bus, which is like a railway replacement. But I don't think in my life I've ever actually seen one of these buses in real life. And I have spent many an hour waiting for this phantom bus that never exists. It's like, oh no, this is the railway replacement, but you just never see them. You just have to wait for this phantom train that doesn't exist. So, right, so what I've done... I haven't been like super busy in my off time, but I've done a couple of little sprites which I'm going to put in somewhere. Monster symbols. Yeah, so we've got if we go into Rumbletown, monsters and symbols, I've created it's just these 2 that I'm worried about. So yeah, 1 and 2. And we can put them in there. Don't think we need that anymore. So, it's all 1, 2, 8. So let me go get all these changed up. And point filter. Yes. Yes. Well, I think the classic scenario that I was dealt with was I was told, like, I was strongly under the impression I was going to get a train to go back, like, and like I found out last minute it was being replaced with a bus, but there were 2 opposing bus stops, like one on one side, one on the other, and all the Google Maps in the world couldn't actually point me towards what bus I needed to get. And I was thinking, I genuinely have no idea. Like, it could be either one of these. It's not clearly indicated. So I was in this constant state of, if I can see a bus coming in the distance, I need to, like, cross the road. Like, and I was at this proper fixed, like, absolute poised moment for a good sort of 45 minutes to an hour, thinking, like, a bus could come at any moment and it could be either side. I need to ready to cross the road if I need to. An hour passed and no buses came either side. So I had to get a taxi back. It's a lie. It doesn't exist. Right. Okay. Right, where are we up to? Okay, so we're going to be doing... we want to... I think the easiest thing to do first is this little symbol, which my head is currently covering. So this is going to be the sort of enraged symbol. So what we're going to do as a new move that we're going to do from afar, so we're going to sort of cover a few things, is... I need to sort of visualize it while I'm here. So the monster is going to have a little enrage symbol and an arrow to indicate that he's going to enrage to get stronger. Oh yes! Oh, Game Dev London! Oh, wicked! Oh, nice! Oh, wow! Oh, awesome! How's it rocking, man? Yeah! Oh, quality. So we're going to have like two symbols. It's going to have... oh, no, yes! Oh, it is actually... Oh, it's the man! Oh, is this the Stu himself? Yes! Oh, quality. Yeah, so back in the day, me and this guy did some proper hardcore game dev. He was really good at all the art stuff, and I was good at the programming, and we just, it worked really, really well. It's really cool. Oh man, this is cool. I feel bad because yes. Oh, awesome. Quality. So now I'm going to try and work out a way of doing some sort of enraging. Right, I have no idea how I'm going to do that. I'm just going to kind of make it up as we go along. Yeah. Oh, proper. Like, I think, did we do something like a 30-hour at some point? Like, I remember when we were desperately waiting, like we'd been game deving for ages, and we were desperately waiting for like a coffee place to open so we could have some coffee. Be like, we need some coffee to actually keep going. That was brilliant. Right, so I can't even remember how I'm doing this. So if we go into here, I think it's somewhere in here we're creating our next move. And what I also need to do as well, let's have a look in here. We're going to open the master script. This is the hardcore thing, which is probably going to end up having far too much stuff in. This is actually it. Oh, enrage jump forward 1. That's actually, I've got it there. Cool, fantastic. Yeah. Right. Let's go. So this is what we're working with. And what we're going to do as well for Blobbo. I need to come up with a better name than that. He's going to have enrage jump forward 1, and we need to get all the things to actually activate it. This is the music, which I just clicked on by accident. Let me drag that over there so I don't do that again. Right, let's have a look. So I've just got to think, actually, if we just go here, find all the references, try and work out when we've actually done it. It's not only that. I think it might be potential action script here. Yeah, this is the one, I think. Right. Oh, nice. Okay, so returning ints. So we are now adding a whole new enrage thing here. So this will be case master script dot monster ranged type dot enrage jump forward 1. Okay, so when we have that, this is all the things that we're going to have. So returning ints equals new int. Now it's actually going to be 2, so everything else lines up. Oh, actually I didn't need to do that at all. I could just have that and then just have I think 0, 1. So that's to indicate that we're jumping forward 1, and 0 just because we don't know how to get rid of that 0 yet, but we'll work on that later. Let's have a look. Monster attack sprites. Yeah, there we go. Okay, And now we've just got to work out all the numbers that we're actually doing. So, action symbol sprites. I'm just going to put 1 in there. We'll actually work out exactly what the number is shortly. Okay, right, yeah. That's actually, you know what, this. So I think our first thing that we're going to test is just to see if this ability does come up. This would be cool. Right, okay. So what are the actual things? So what we want to happen is we want to have this, which is number 14, and this, which is 11. And we do want to have the enrage, just to indicate that he's going to enrage first, and then he's going to jump forward. We're going to have fun putting the what numbers did I say again? 14 and 11. 14 and 11. Okay, so hopefully with this alone, yeah. So we're going to test something which we haven't tested yet, because this might go horribly wrong. So what we're actually hoping to do is over here. So I'm actually going to get rid of this one and have this. Okay, we'll change that back in a sec. The probability, so 90% chance it'll do this. Now, we haven't done anything for this move. We just want to see if we get... What we're hoping to see is a little weird angry face and an arrow to the right of it, and it to have 0 and 1 on top. I think we just kind of hope for the best. And we... Yeah. And hope that the odds are not actually against us. Ah, okay, they've gone on top of each other. That's close. That is close. I've just got to work out exactly why that is the case. So at the moment, so let's just say hypothetically, this one was minus. Well, what if that was 0? Oh, okay, because that is pretty much what we're after. I've just got to work out. I've just got to, basically. I never did the maths, but that's kind of like that gives you a rough idea as to what's going on. So I think we just give this a shot, see if we can get there. And I think the way which we can actually do that is if we go into here. This is the monster attack symbol. This is basically just what organises the pictures and the numbers. I think there is a monster attack symbols. I think it's like set all values or something. So yeah, this is where all the maths is done. Yeah, I know the problem. I just okay. Yeah, there is a good reason why this doesn't work, because it shouldn't work. We've just got to get the actual position. Somewhere around here, we've got to times something by I. And I don't really know where. Let's have a look. So at the moment, it's going 45. Yes, it's something like this. Right, I can work this out. Why would I have made this as complicated as it is? I genuinely don't know. Yeah, let's just so like what this for loop here is here to indicate the x value as to where it should be on the space, and I've done something so. I mean, I genuinely don't know what all this is about. I guess this does make sense. Oh, no, it's okay. I think maybe if we did this, and then did this times by I think we give that a shot, and see if it works. If not, I think we can just play around with these numbers and we'll get there eventually. Let's give this a shot. I've done this, this sort of needlessly complicated thing, which doesn't actually help me with anything. But right. So we're just looking to see. We want to make them nice and spaced apart. That actually looks okay, doesn't it? That's minus 15. Let's just say that was 0.15. I think that's probably better, isn't it? So 0.15. Keep clicking the wrong thing. I don't think we need any of this. I think we can just get rid of that. So I probably don't need quite as many brackets. I don't know why I would have put the length in there, but that's okay. It made sense at the time. I think I've pressed play twice, so it is going to play and then cancel. Sorry. Right, this time. Hopefully it'll look good now. Yeah, that's good. Okay, right, now we need to deal with actually what's going to happen. Now, here are all the things that I want to happen. I want the monster to kind of like the colour to sort of fade red, like a dark red, and then fade back to normal. And then maybe sort of bounce a little bit. And that's to indicate that what's going to happen is where he's got his monster attack, it's actually going to go up by this monster magic number. These are all the things that I'm looking to do. We don't know actually, I can't remember how easy it is going to be to implement that, but I think it'll be fine. So where do we actually go with that? So I think somewhere on here, we've got monster ranged actions. That's the one. Okay, right, fantastic. And again, this might get like ridiculously like blocks in, and I have loads of things here, but we'll worry about that later. Don't worry. Right, so case master script dot monster ranged action type dot enrage jump. What am I doing? Enrage jump forward 1 break. So we're going to have a private enumerator. Enrage jump forward 1 routine. Okay, so hopefully we've got somehow yeah, I think we do. So if I go busy equals true and busy equals false, we know the last thing that's going to happen is, and it's probably easier just to steal this bit here. Yeah, we know that it's going to be jumping forward 1, right? So now what we're going to do is, I'm just going to do in green notes all the things that we actually need to do. So first of all, we want to get access to the mini monster. Make it glow red and boink to size, which is basically, I just want it to kind of go sort of, yeah, just do, yeah, that makes sense to me. Make it boink to size. Increase. That's a really good point. So, yeah, how many coroutines are running at the same time? Now, oddly enough, a lot of the times, like for example, with this coroutine here, for example, it's normally doing, it's like, so we're in a coroutine and we're performing another coroutine within this one, and we're waiting for that original, this is the jump forward one, to occur. But it's not normally a ridiculous amount at once. The only time when it starts to get expensive is when I've got, like, I'm creating a bunch of things at once. So when you're actually seeing all the beans flying around, they've all got their own separate code routine. But I think I know one thing which I have realised is I am just to get to here. I think there's almost several coroutines deep to actually get this far. It's one of those things where it's like if it does actually start kind of properly giving me grief, like later down the line, I'll have to do that. But it's just a lot, like almost all of the games which I've made have had like quite a lot of coroutines, are very coroutine heavy, and it generally sort of seems to work out. Right, increase attack damage by magic. Okay. Right. So, first of all, this is going to be the hard bit. What's the easiest way of doing that? I think if we go monster master script dot instance dot let's actually go into here. Let's go find out where we're at to. Oh, we just have it. It's just that. That's fine. Dot. Oh yeah, we also need to get, so if we have transform, I'll just call it trans, equals that, and sprite renderer. Maybe I should call it monster trans, just but the reason, because that's the thing, it took me quite a while to kind of get to this point, but now it's easy enough to like to add more different moves that the enemy wants. Well, yeah, so that's a really good point, actually. Like, that's actually a really good point that you bring up, because with the update, right, I'm only thinking this from someone who, like, doesn't know an awful lot about, like, you know, I don't actually know that much about how computers work internally. I know a little bit, but I always think whenever you've got an update function, it's literally, as long as that script is about, it is doing that update function every single frame forever. And I always think, well, coroutines are kind of like that, but it's only doing it until it's done the thing that it wants to do. We don't have one there. So what we can actually do, we're going to go into the parent script and go to definition. Yeah, here we go. Public sprite renderer get SR turn. Okay. What we also want to do I'm just having a look. There's something else. So this gets the attack. Yeah, I've just got to work out exactly how I'm going to do this. Oh no, we don't need that at all. We don't need that at all. We just need access to, I believe, just this. That's all we need. Oh yeah, this is actually a bit of a red herring. I don't think we need this at all. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I kind of want to get rid of this. Let's go find all the references. Okay, it looks like we are still using it for stuff. The reason that I'm a bit fearful of this, and I don't want to use this, is because all of this attack damage is held in our scriptable object here. If we go to definition, we've got our monster attack, which is like, this is what we're going to be going by. And this is public, so that's no problem at all. So, yeah. So now we've got hold of the sprite renderer, we've got hold of the transform. We're going to affect the stats now. We may as well do it. Yeah, I can do it now. It doesn't matter. And I'm also going to have a monster SO. This one can be that. This does feel a little bit long-winded. The reason that I kind of want to do everything from outside is I don't want to have this too heavy. All the actual monster scripts themselves contain all the moves. They could do, but I think I prefer doing it from outside. Right. So monster. Okay. Equals monster. You know what, let's just copy and paste. Right. Okay, right, these are all the things. Right, so let's just go one at a time. So what we want to do is have int chum equals mover.instance.boink to size. And so it's the monster trans itself. We want it to actually still go to the same vector1 size, vector.1. How long do we want to take? I think 1.1 seconds should be enough. The size amplification, I'm going to stick with 1.5. So that means it's going to go, it's essentially just going to remain at the same size, but it's just going to bounce. It's going to kind of go whoa, and then go back. And 0.5, that's just basically saying the first half is going to take, the actual growing to that size is going to take half the amount of time that it takes to shrink down. Whereas if I did say 0.75, that means it would take 0.75% of the time growing, and then 0.25, well, yeah, it would take 25% to go back down. I think I'm going to stick with that. I think that that should be okay. Now we also want to have, we're actually going to have int chom equals mover.instance. Fade SR to color. Monster SR. The color is going to be, I'm not going to go color.red. Is there actually any other types of red? No, just red is fine. And the amount of time is going to be 0.5, because the idea is as it's growing, it's going to go to red and then it's going to go back to normal, which is good. And then we're going to have while mover.instance.s2f bool chom. Okay, nice. So it's going to first of all fade to red, and then we're going to have something. We actually don't need too much after that. We're just going to go Control C. And that's going to be color dot white. Okay, and then we want another thing here. Okay, so what am I doing here? I just want to actually kind of go over it myself. We still haven't used this yet. So we're getting hold of both the trans and the sprite renderer, and with my mover script, I'm using the trans. I'm getting hold of the local scale of the monster trans to sort of boink it into place, because all of this is essentially just to make it look quite nice. Yeah, sorry, my brain went slightly. Yeah, and then so as it's growing, it's going to turn red, and then it's going to go back to white. And basically all of this where we're waiting, that's just basically waiting for it to turn fully red, and then it's going to then fade to white. So this should look fine. And then what we also want to do now is, now that we've got the monster SO, we're going to simply go not there. Monster SO dot monster attack plus equals monster SO dot monster magic. These are terrible. These are terrible names for stat attributions. Right. Anyway. Okay. Fantastic. So now all we need to do from here is just go start coroutine. Enrage, jump forward 1 routine. Okay. Now let's just have a quick look. Okay. I think that's all we need to do. I think we give it a shot. I don't know, I feel like there's something quite blazingly obvious that I'm missing, but I think this should be fine. I feel like, yeah, so we've got this as 90%, so hopefully we just get the 90% chance. It will then skip turn, so what we're looking for it to do is to grow, turn red, go back down, and then we're looking to see if the actual, when we look at this version but it's on the monster, we're going to hope to see the attack is going to be 20. Okay, good. Good start. Really good start. Brilliant start. Okay, we hit the 10%. It's not often you want... Yeah, no, let's see. Alright, okay. That's okay. It's alright. We hit the 10%. Okay, good. Right. So what we're... Yeah, I always like to... So this will get bigger and turn red and then go back to normal and shrink down. And then it will jump forward, and then we want to see if the number has been changed. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. So that's fine. Okay, good. And what we want to do is go into the actual Blobo clone. I wonder if we can actually look at it. Yes. Okay, right. This number is 20. That's really important. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is test to see when it actually arrives if the attack damage translates when it actually arrives at the board. So now it should in theory be 25, and now it would be 30. So for some reason that number is 40. Got to try and work out why that is 40 and not 30. It might be because it's doing the charge attack. I thought I'd got rid of the charge altogether. So let's just see if the 40... Maybe it is actually just doing the charge attack. Oh, no, didn't need to do that. Right, that's the blob. So, why is that number 40? Just got to try... Yeah, I was hoping that was going to be 30. Everything was going to be perfect, and the world was just going to just be brilliant. Let's have a look. So what we probably need to do is we need to get the monster main script and then try and work out what's going on. Let's actually just see. I want to see if it's actually going to do 40 damage. It should do. Okay, that is 40 damage. That's good. Yeah. Okay, now that's 30. Now it's gone down to 30. Obviously, this text is far too small to read, but that is 30. That's the number that we want. I have a feeling it's to do with the charge move. Basically, as I was trying to break it down, the charge move is... I don't even know if I want that anymore, because I think that's just going to... That was before I came up with the idea of actually them being able to do moves whilst they're moving up. So, what we actually need to do is go edit script over here. So, when we're actually setting the attack... Oh, okay. Gotta remember what I'm doing here. So, select attack. So it's whatever the charge bonus is. And I've got to somehow work out why it wasn't 45 and not that. I kind of want to get rid of the whole charge concept anyway. So I'm not going to be worried too much about that. So when it's actually selecting the attack, monster attack types. Oh. Okay. That's what I need to do. Sorry, just realised that I know why the problem is, or I know an aspect of the problem. Is what we need to do is right. That's it. Right, brilliant. Right, yes, okay. My brain has just clicked in gear. Everything's good. Let's go into this master script. We created this thing. Which was select array ints. Let's go find all the references. Let's work out the exact select next ranged action, and that's on the here. We effectively just need to do the same, and we can almost copy and paste it. Do we have an equivalent for the monster main script? Oh. So in here, yeah, of course, I think, hold on. So, yeah, upon setup, we actually just want to select next attack. And let's just find out what's actually going on over here. Yeah, all of this is fine. Yeah, and we probably don't need this at all. I just wanted to have a quick look. Sorry, this is gonna... I think this is fine. Yeah, I think we can get rid of all this. Yeah. Okay. So we can actually start getting rid of stuff that we don't want as well. So first of all, I'm going to have a Boolean here, which is going to be summon. So that's going to be true, and and hopefully... Oh, because we haven't saved it. Oh, no, there is. Good. We've got a lovely, beautiful error message, which is what I wanted. That can be false. So this is basically saying, is it going to do the animation to... yeah, is it going to do the animation to grow when it's actually summoning? So I think we're good. Wow, I've got a bunch of stuff that I don't need here. You know what? Let's go start clearing this down. I backed it up recently. I'm kind of okay. And yeah, and at the moment we're working under the assumption. Let's have a look. So summon rando. So this, in theory, should be int rando equals random dot range somewhere between 0 and our monster action somewhere. Let me just go. Let's go find out where it is. Oh yeah. So underscore monster so dot. Why am I torturing myself? Let's just actually use the... so I just realised I know where the key thing that we're missing here. Okay, just forget all this. I'm coming back to this, don't worry. What we actually need to do is go into here. This is it, probability weights mini. So for the time being, obviously we'll change it eventually. Probability weights main. Let's go get rid of that one there and turn this to basic attack. And turn this into 100. Okay, all right. Now we can actually just do some serious copying and pasting, like a true, like a true professional. So, kind of want to have a look at this one, and Control C. In fact, Control C. Okay. Okay. All right. We're getting there. Okay. Now, this will be probability weights main. So, in essence, it should always pick the standard attack. So, I think. Yeah. Oh dear me. Yeah. Well, I mean, there is that sort of classic moment of, if this is working, why was this? You know, like, this shouldn't work. Right. I think we're good now. All this stuff over here should mean that when we we're building up, we're enraging, and then it should just do a normal standard attack. Let's give this a shot. Okay. Right. So, let's go press play. Okay. So I just want to have a quick look at this thing here. Blobo. So we're 15. Okay, so we're just going to do a counter. So it's going to be adding by 5 each time. So 15. All right. So now its attack is 20. Um, 25. 30. Ah, okay. So it's still actually missing out the 25. So for whatever reason. If we actually go into here, it is saying 30 there, but I think we're actually getting the information a little bit too late. So there is a really easy way of fixing this. So I'm going to do that. Right, all we actually need to do to fix this is if we go into where is it? Monster ranged action scripts. Now my original plan. Oh. Huh. Well, I mean, it should have been there as a start, but let's go just put this right at the top. I can't, I mean, yeah, I think if we just have this right here, so it's basically adding the damage. I just have, let's actually, I think this will work, you know, because this is the actual important stuff. So all we need to learn from this is any of the actual key critical things that are happening during the range stuff. We do that before any of these animations take place. So we'll keep a tally again, and just so there's no confusion as well, for the time being, this is going to be 100 and this is going to be 0. So every time it's going to do the enrage. Right. So, 15. Now, it should be 20, 25. Ah, yeah, that was literally, I think I know the problem. It's because we were bouncing it on. We literally were, weren't we? Yeah, so it didn't actually need to be at the top. I just literally put it one line too low, but having it right at the beginning is fine. Now that's the 30 that we wanted. These all look really small, though. I can definitely just make this whole thing bigger. Right, hypothetically, if that was to go... Nope, that's not what I meant to do. This was to go 2, 2, 2. Yeah, I think something like that, because we just want it clearer for the person to like read and stuff. Right, okay. So, right, fantastic. So we've actually done one move already. Right, the next one is going to be really difficult, and I am... I don't know how we're going to do this. I think we're going to kind of take a page from. So what I'm looking to do is we can do the easy bits first, and then we'll work out the complicated bits. So, right. So here we're going to change this to. We're going to have a new move, which is going to be the ranged attack. So instead of him like growing big and red and gaining attack, he's actually going to fire over some bolts over to the town, and then they're going to arrive and deal damage. And I want them to do damage in the same way. So if you had defenders, the defenders would block them. This isn't going to be super easy to do. I've just got to work out exactly the right way to do that. So, first of all, let's do the easy bit. Let's get the easy bit done. So, potential enemy attacks. Let's go get rid of this. Selected ranged ones. And here's where we're going to have it. And just need to find the name. Ranged attack, jump forward 1. Cool. So case master script dot monster ranged action type dot ranged attack, jump forward 1. Okay. And what I kind of want the ranged attack to do, say, either half or 1/3 of what the normal attack would be, or otherwise it's going to be a bit too good. So I'm going to say half rounded up, 1/3 rounded up. I don't know. Let me go. Let's do all the easy bits. So returning ints equals new int okay, so this will be mathf dot is it ceiling? Of monster so dot attack over 2. Right, is that actually legitimate? I think I can make this a float just to be on the safe side. So if the attack is like say 21, that'll be like 10.5, but it'll round up to 11. So okay, that seems fine. This is going to be similar, and this will be 13. Okay. I think that part of, like basically the work that I did over the last like episodes prior to this have essentially meant that it's so much easier to actually put in a new action, a new like monster action. So now I've done all of this. Hopefully, I think 13 was the key number, wasn't it? But let me just double check. If we go. Sprites monster, yeah, this is the one. You can't see it from here, but there's some arrows there. That's going to indicate that we're doing a ranged attack. So now that I've done that, we can give him so we're going to change this bad boy over to ranged attack, jump forward 1. Now, obviously, we haven't done any of the program for it, but that doesn't matter. We just want to check that the symbol comes out okay. So it should have arrows with a 10 on top, and then an arrow with a 1 on top. Let's have a look. Oh, that's actually better. It's got an 8 because the attack actually starts at 15. So, yeah, so it's actually even included the rounding. So, massive win. That's brilliant. This is clearly too small, though. This text is clearly too small. Yeah, I will have to cross this problem because, yeah, I don't know the best way to deal with this because I mean we could literally just make it twice the size. So if this bit here it's going a little bit off the screen. So yeah, that's something which I'm going to, I'll have to deal with that. I haven't worked out the best solution to that, but that's okay. Right, so all we need to do now is, here's where I'm going to, so now where we've got, let me go close all but this. We're going to have a whole new coroutine. So private enumerator. I'll find out what it's called. One sec. So case master script dot monster ranged action type dot ranged attack jump forward 1 and break. And we're just going to get that word. And we're going to put the word routine at the end of it. Okay. Busy equals true and busy equals false. And again, I'm doing the classic, doing all the easy bits, so we know pretty much. This is always happening. So now we're going to do like little green notes to work out everything that we're going to want to do. So make the monster do a small boink. Or actually, no, maybe a small jump. Yeah, a small jump. Get access to the marker things to indicate firing. Yeah, because we want to actually get hold of, like for the time being we can just get hold of the same things that the archers are firing. Brilliant. Make the correct number of I'll just say balls fly over on the minimap from the monster. When close enough. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. So what I think, what I'm thinking, and I don't know if this is the correct thing, but what we can do is we can actually just simply create more of these balls and just have them. So let me see if I can try and indicate it. So we've got the mini-map over here and we've got our town here, and I'm thinking, like, we're obviously on the mini-map going to show these balls fly over and hit the base, but I think whilst we're creating those, we can also create like a bunch of damage things to summon, say, about here and fire over so that they arrive at the same time. I think that's alright. Yeah, I think I quite like that. Okay, so create the main marker ball things and throw them at the same time. Get the town to take damage. Okay, right, just one thing at a time. Let's go. Let's get the easy one first. We can actually copy a bit from here. Again, doing the easy bits first. Oh yeah, fair enough, man. No worries. Monster trans. What's that? Okay, so int chum. So now we're just going to give him just a little bounce. So int chum equals mover.instance.bounce local. Because at the moment this monster is still a child of the whole minimap. So we're getting it to bounce there. And it's only going to be a small little bounce. So we've got hold of the monster trans. The target vec is just the same position. Monster trans dot. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think I can just do position. That might not work. I might have to do local position. We'll work out if he jumps in a random weird direction. We'll know. That's just going to take 0.5 seconds, and the bounce height, I think 0.25 should work. Okay. While mover.instance.s2fbool chum real return null. Sweet. So it's going to be bouncing. That's all we need to do. Now we need to have access to these game objects, which are the little markers. Now I think I might even have some code, but we'll find out. Let's go have a look at the. I'm just trying to work out like. Yeah, because I want to create the same thing. So if we go into combat script, I'm just finding out when we're using the rangers. Begin combat, begin off combat. We're still using them, so it'll be easier to find here. Make rangers attack. Oh. Okay, it looks like I might have dealt with some of this from here. Let's go find out. Okay. Right. Oh yeah, so this deals with I'm guessing this little routine here is what we're actually using to create them. Okay. Oh, brilliant. Okay, that's fine. It looks like we've got pretty much everything we want here. Yeah, this is absolutely fine. Yeah, so basically all the information we've got from creating these projectiles we've just got here. So I might almost copy and paste this, but because there's enough things that are different that it's probably worth it is actually worth me like copying and pasting and just, you know, changing a few things. So I think this is the main thing that we need. So I'll keep him around just in case. So Control V. There's going to be loads of red messages, like loads of squiggly stuff. Okay. That is all fine. So projectile go. Let's go create that straight off the bat. So upon awake, we're going to have a private game object, which we're going to call projectile go, and then void awake, we're going to have projectile go equals resources dot load game object, and now got to try and work out where they're kept. I can actually find an easier way of getting that information. Here. Right, we can just copy and paste this. So okay, so we've got hold of this projectile go. And oh yes, okay. So now the actual we can actually just have, we're looking to create it at the monster trans itself, and we're getting hold of this projectile thing. That's fine. Oh yes, oh this is even more useful. And so we're actually going to set the local position to not quite 0. It's going to be something like new vector 3, something like random dot range. No, not random dot random range. I don't know what that amount does. Random dot range, somewhere between say minus 0.15f and 0.15f. So that way, when he's actually firing it, it's not going to fire from the exact central spot. There's just going to be a little bit of variety. Okay. So. Yeah. So I just want to keep a few things separate. So so what we can actually do here is for open brackets int I equals 0, I less than, and we want to know what the attack is. So it's going to attack like for the number of like what its attack is. So we need, for us to find that out, so sorry, the reason that I'm actually having a little bit of a pause for thought here is because in many respects what we actually want to do is, I mean, let me do this first and then I'll explain the problem, because I think we can start with this and then kind of slightly adapt it and fix it later. So monster is that, that's fine. I'm going to fit this here. I think we still need access to this, but what we kind of need access to is, if I go into here, go to definition, actually no, let's go to here, go to definition, right, okay, so what we actually want, and I'm hoping we have, I think it's this bad boy. This is what we want. So what we actually want is the actual monster attack symbol sprite and get the number from it. Which I think makes a lot more sense. So what I was thinking is trying to do the maths again, but there is a chance that the attack might have changed. So this, we're getting the exact number that is physically showing, which makes a lot more sense. Right. Okay. So, monster ranged over here. So, I'm not going to get rid of this code, but I don't think we need it. So, int attack amount equals dot underscore attack symbol script dot we need to actually go into there, which shouldn't be too hard to find out. Oh, and would you look at that, we haven't actually set the current. Oh, okay. All right, hold on. This does look like it's getting a little bit ugly, but I can't find an immediately useful way around it. No, I'm fine with that. This can easily be public. I don't know why I've made this private. This can be public. Sorry, I realised I still need one more thing. We still need to go. Attack int 0. Okay. Right. So. Okay, alright, so the problem that we've got is basically this monstrosity. This is how we get hold of the attack. I'm not a massive fan of that. for the time being, I'm just going to have to sort of suck it up and just be like, yep, I'm fine with this. This is okay. It just does feel quite a long-winded. We have to get hold of a singleton, into finding the mini script, into getting into there, into there, into there. I don't love it, but fine. Okay. So we can get rid of that. So time to take is that. So I think this can actually be a bit smaller than this. So if we go 2.5 and 0.5. Okay. Right, okay. Yeah, we'll get there. We're getting there, don't worry. And now I'm going to use a new thing that I haven't used before, where we're going to have int rando time equals and that can be rando time, and now we can destroy game object over okay, I love it. So why is that giving me oh, that needs to be float. So so what am I doing here? We're finding out how much we're attacking for. Yeah, what our damage is. And we're using this incredibly long-winded way of working out what the actual attack damage is. And then we're going to then fire them all. At the moment, I kind of want there to actually be a little bit of a delay. So right at the beginning here, we're just going to have float time equals 0 and time equals 0 while time is less than, let's just say 0.1f, time plus equals time dot delta time yield return null. And what we can actually do instead is go minus equals 0.1f. Okay, I think having code like this just makes it a little bit friendlier for like slower platforms. So we're basically saying every 0.1 seconds it's going to fire. That might be too slow, but we can change that. That's no problem. So that's the attack amount. Then yeah, I think that's still fine. We're then waiting for that to arrive. Oh yeah, of course, we don't actually know where are we moving it to. So where we actually want to go to is we need access to the mini map. I wonder if I've got that. Map script. No, of course I haven't made it a. Of course I haven't made it a singleton. Don't be absurd. I think though the Monster Master script has it. So Monster Master script dot instance dot. How do we get hold of it? Because I know that I do have a way. How did we do it before? Oh, .get map script. Yep, that's fine. Let's actually go into here. So we just kind of want to work out where we're actually heading towards, and I think we've just got, yeah, like I say, just got to work it out. So okay, so mini trans. Oh, we're fine. We're fine. So this is just map script dot mini trans 0 dot I think that needs to be local position. And here, move to point local. Okay, so it's firing it from roughly where it is over to what Minitrans 0, which is the town itself. Is still looking a little ugly, but that's okay. And it should bounce, and then it's just waiting. So this, yeah, I realise this will take me multiple attempts, so I may as well do like my first sort of stab, see if some things work. And if this looks roughly what we're after, then I'll sort of continue, I'll progress. But for the time being, we'll do a debug.log. Hey. This is just to confirm. When we see that hey, we know that we have got this. So let's just see if we have any error messages right now. Okay, so no error messages. Let's have a look. So at the moment, what we want to do is so he's looking to attack. So what we're hoping to see happen is for him to jump up and down, which might go horrendously wrong because I might have got a local position mixed up with an all position, and then fire over some bolts over to this location here. And when they arrive, they're just going to destroy themselves, and then we'll hopefully get a debug message saying hey. Right. I know why that didn't work. Okay, good start. We didn't actually put it in here. So, start coroutine. That's it. Which is fine. That's no problem. So, let's get, yeah, so, right, take 2. No one saw the first take, so this is just take 1. There's no... I got everything perfect the first time. So, right, we don't know how high it's going to bounce. Let's just see what happens. Okay. Right. That is what I was fearing that was going to happen. Yeah, I just needed to move it to the local position. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But let's go... Did we see anything fire? So we can actually check out again now. Hold on. Oh. Huh. Actually worked out all right. Fantastic. Okay, we are close. That actually is looking pretty good. We just need to change a few little things. it's all about getting local and world space mixed up. And I think I got it wrong on every single possible occasion. But apart from that, everything's all good. Right. So we're instantiating these local position there, and oh yeah. So first of all, move to point local. That should be local position. So now he's going to bounce at the place where he should be bouncing, and it's going to take him half a second to do so. So he's jumping to the same spot. Sorry, itchy nose. Right, now this one here, he's going to summon at around that situation, and it's moving to... I think this... Yeah, so we'll give this one a test first, because this might have to be normal position. Just got to remember. But let's find out. Let's find out what happens. In fact, let me go change that now. Yeah. Yeah, let's give this... No. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, basically, we're... local, not local scale. Local position. I want to see if this does work, because I think the other one might have skewed it to go the wrong way. Okay. So this actually did work. This is closer to what I thought was going to happen, which is good. Okay. So, game view, end turn. Right, it's firing over. Ah. Okay, that's fine. That's still not terrible. For whatever reason, it hasn't gone straight to this one here. So I've just got to work out why that is the case. Move to point local. Let me just try normal position. Because, yeah, it does get a bit confusing, and I'm not going to go into, because this is like code that I've made a while ago, which sort of deals with something bouncing from one place to another. Right. Okay. So we're hoping it kind of lands nicely on there, but we don't know. No. Okay. Fair enough. Right. Yeah, basically we just got to make sure yeah, okay. Have I actually got... Yeah, we've got the map script here. We might need to add a function to it so we can get hold of the town. Oh, we've actually got it already. Oh, okay. So if I just have public transform get mini town trans. First of all, are we actually using this for anything? Find all references. Okay, I think I know where the problem is. So we can actually... Oh, I see. Yeah, okay, everything's fine. Yeah, so... Where were we? Nope, that didn't work. Okay. We're just going to have return mini town trans. Okay, right. So what have we just done here? We're getting a function so we can get hold of this transform, and I have been dabbling with a couple of things, but in this particular circumstance, unless I'm mistaken, we're not actually using the local... Let's have a look. Make ranges attack from minimap. Fire individual thing. We're not even using local, so I'm sure it did make a good sense, so that's fine. So move to point bouncy, that's fine. Get maps dot get mini. I really should be calling it. Yeah, that's fine. Let me just rename that. Here we go. So this function here is getting hold of the actual town itself position, and we're basically moving the projectiles, like bouncing them along to reach there. Okay. Right, and then we can deal with all the other stuff, because there's still more complicated stuff that we've got to do. But let's just see how far we are at this point. This will be cool. Right. Let's have a look. Right. So, let's give it a shot. I'm still going to keep it on this tiny little screen here, just because I'm going to have to kind of keep an eye open as to what's going on. So hopefully it will bounce up and down, fire them all the way over to there. They will just simply disappear. Nothing's going to happen here yet, and then he'll bounce forward. Right, let's go. Yes. Nice. Okay, fantastic. Right, brilliant. So what we need to do now is... okay, in fact, let me just try and work out, because what we kind of want to do is... Okay, I'm looking for something very specific here. Oh yeah, he's going to do that each time, that's fine. That's fine. Everything's going to plan at the moment. Ah, this is what I wanted. So I just want to create a here we go. So for yeah, because I kind of want them to land roughly in, say, this area here. So let's just say somewhere between... I want to actually, yeah, like let's go create in game objects, just so we know the range as to which we're firing them in. So if I go create an empty game object plus create empty, let's go give it over here. So 2. So that's, yeah, 2 to 4 and 1 to... No, yeah, 2 to -1. Okay, that's fine. Right. So let's actually... so it would actually be... Yeah. And I think here's roughly the right sort of bracket. So, yeah, 2 to 4 and 0 to 2. Okay, that's fine. I just need to get those numbers in my head. What for? No, I'll explain them all, don't worry. So even though nothing's going to actually sort of line up, it doesn't need to. So we're actually going to... okay. this should be pretty easy if we do it the lazy method. Let me just try and tidy this up a little bit. Okay. So I think I can just do it here. Okay. I'm going to rename this to mini projectile trans. Okay, and now we're going to create another one. Projectile trans equals so now I did realise that we've actually got little mini projectiles for the map and I'm just using the same one for both, but I'm going to worry about that later. Let's just get all of this working and then we can change it quite easily. So instead of it's not going to be a parent, it's not going to be a child of the monster trans. We're just going to simply summon it and new vector 3, and I think we decided 25.0f 0 comma quaternion identity, because we all love that expression and use quaternions all the time. Okay, and now we're going to have why don't we use that same number as well? I don't think that should do too much harm. Mover.instance. Move to point bounce y. This one is going to be projectile trans. So we've already created it, 25 on the X is way far right off screen. And we're looking to head towards, and this was when I was earlier I was checking the numbers. So random dot new vector 3 random dot range, and it was 2.0f to 4.0f, and random dot range, and that was 0.0f to 2.0f. It's like earlier when I was checking all of the doing all those numbers, trying to work out, because we want them to roughly go where the defenders would be. Okay. The time to take should be, we will actually stick with this rando time. And the bounce height, I think, is 0.5 to 1.0f. Okay. Right, looks like we've put... oh, yeah, of course. Sorry. Random dot range. Okay. Right, so what have we done here? We have created more projectile trans. This is to indicate what's actually happening in the game itself, not just on the minimap. And hopefully we'll get a bunch of blobs that will arrive roughly where the defenders are. And then we're going to worry about how to take damage. That shouldn't be too hard. I just can't remember how to do it. It's been a while since we've had to deal with that. So, oh yes, and what we also need is in fact yeah. we're going to use that new feature that well, it's actually KO2 fan that recommended it a little while ago, that we can actually just destroy after a period of time. So let's give this a shot. This should look more or less the same, except for ideally we're going to get some blobs that are going to attack. That we'll actually see the blobs arrive on the whatever the ranged attack like projectile is, arrive on the actual map itself. Let's go into full screen. We've got this, which, yeah, it doesn't matter too much, but so let's end turn. Yeah, that's fine. That's exactly what we wanted. We'll be able to actually affect the damage now. How do we do that? So. Combat script. So I think we just need to have. Let's go find out. Let's actually find out how we took damage, because it's been a little while since I've had to actually deal with the Town Heart taking damage. So we just have a look. And it looks like it deals with it in here. No, it deals with it here. Perform attack. So, right. So this bit we don't need to worry about too much, but it's here that we need to look at. So, and what we should do before we actually change monster parent script. Oh. Oh, okay. Alright, I just realised we've actually passed this as an argument, which would actually make life a lot easier. It would have saved a lot of this heartache. I'm going to fix this. Now that we have this, I just forgot that we had this, to be honest. Because what we should do is have public monster parent script. We should just call it like held. That could even be private, to be honest. And right here, we can have yeah. So a bit later we can clean a lot of this up, because instead we're going monster.instance.that. We can just replace a lot of this just with this here. But that's just more like I'm just looking. I'm sort of comparing how I did things, and so if we get this, okay. So this, everything that's happening in here, now this is going to be a bit confusing, because whenever the Town Heart is taking damage, it looks like we need to use this massive bunch of code here, including all of this, and all of this, and then all of this. And so all of this code we'll have to copy and paste over and over again, which I'm not a massive fan of. I want to get all of this to be somewhere. I think I think we can have all of this information here. Now, yeah, sorry, just so I'm just talking out loud. All of this stuff here, this is fine. This is part of the basic attack routine, the camera script shake, everything's fine here. This is no problem. It's just basically this, whenever we're taking any damage, it looks like I'm going to have to copy and paste this. What I think makes sense is, if I just start doing it, I think if we have all of this information onto a... where we've got our combat script, we're going to have... and also we're going to have a... So, yeah, do a few things in one go, but this is fine. Public bool. Dealing with town damage. Okay. Now, we're going to have a public void. Deal with town damage. And I think we might even need to put an integer here. Damage to take. And then we're going to have a private enumerator, which is deal with town damage routine, and that is going to have damage to take. And here we're going to start this coroutine of deal with damage routine, and obviously the argument is going to be damage to take. Okay. And now we're going to have dealing with town damage, which is our boolean, which equals true. So this is effectively like our busy one, except the reason that I'm not just using busy is because, in theory, this is already busy while it's doing this. So this is a separate bool to indicate something else. Equals false. Okay, so now... where we have this... Yeah. I mean, I was never super happy about just chunking all of this code. So what we can do instead is I'm going to copy this. Let's go in here and paste this. And then we'll get some... red squigglies, which is fine, and we can actually clean this up a little bit as well. So yeah, so let's just go through one by one. Let's go clean everything up. So that's fine. Here it's just going to simply be damage to take. Beans to splatter equals that. We don't need this anymore. So if the town heart... Oh, I see, yes. Okay. So we can get rid of some of this. Oh, yes, this deals with the rangers. Wow, I've used this a lot. So this is cleaning things up quite a bit. So the reason I'm getting rid of all of this is because we're actually doing this within the combat script. Now let me just go into here, go to definition. Yes, okay, right. So, sorry, this is one thing that I was slightly hesitant about. So, we will still go to the game over screen if it takes damage. That's what I was not sure about, but I've just realised that when we're in the Town Heart script at the moment, when it's taking damage, it's checking to see if the life total is less than or equal to 0. If so, we get that debug message and then we just go to game over. And so in theory we're changing the scene and we won't ever let it get to the next bit, which is completely fine. That's brilliant. Okay, so it still feels a bit ugly, but at least we only have to do it, like, we don't have to copy and paste this. So now that we've done this, we're doing a little bit of cleanup here, so we can get rid, let me just, so all we actually need to do now is go we need to because we've got this monster parent script, so int attack damage equals monster parent script dot get. Let me just go in. Underscore attack symbol script dot monster attack class dot attack ints, and that will still be 0. And then we go combat script dot instance dot deal with town damage, and that will be attack damage. And then we can just simply have while combat script dot instance dot dealing with town damage, not busy, because it's already busy at this point. And then that should work. Okay, so now that why have we done all of that? It's so we can now, in fact, let me just copy this. Actually, we didn't need to copy the last bit. We can just get rid of that. I mean the first bit, sorry. So this is looking pretty good. I think we've actually already made the... Oh. So here we can have... Oh. Let's try and work out... I mean, I don't think we need this at all, to be honest. That should be attack amount. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're good. What I kind of want to do is change this to... See if that should still work, just to try and clean it up a little bit, because we should in theory be able to clean up quite a lot more of this. So right, first of all, let's see if this works, and then we yeah, see if this works, and then we'll work out what we're going to do next. Because what I kind of want to do is, now that I've changed the attack, yeah, there's quite a lot of things that can go wrong, but let's just see. Let's see if this works. Because we're hoping that the actual damage is dealt with exactly how, the same way that it would if it was a normal attack. Okay. Right, so he's got 8 projectiles. He's going to fire them over. Hopefully it'll take this one down to 42. Yes. Okay, brilliant. Right, right, I'm going to create some snipers now. So we might even get to see a back and forth. Now, because of how I've coded it, what should happen, I think we've got like 15. So we're going to get 15 firing over there, taking him down to 45. Now this guy is then going to do a counter-attack, dealing 8 more damage, taking us down to 34, and kill all our rangers as well. Yes. Nice. Okay, now the last thing I want to see if now that we've got these defenders, I want to see if the defenders react the way they should do. So in theory, the 8 damage should go over here, 3 of these defenders will die, and then 5 more damage, taking this down to 29. So come on Johnny 5. Yes. Okay, fantastic. Right, this was really tough. You know what, like, this has been brilliant though. I'm really, really happy with this. Now, in theory, we, like, the attack hopefully will still work just the same. The reason, even though this just looks like a normal attack, we have moved everything into a different place in hoping it will still work. So let's just see. Yeah, nice. Okay, that's really, really big. That's massive. I'm really happy with that. Right, let's go. Okay. Right. Okay, so we've actually done a lot of work. Let's go do a bit of tidying up while I sort of just chill just for a sec, because this was a lot better than I was expecting. This is really good. So, like, because I tested so many different things in one go, and everything seemed to work out really, really nicely. So that's a big win. Okay. Okay, what we're looking to do now is we can, yeah, like I say, we can clean all this up. Let me go have this, yeah, so we're just going to go this will just make it look, so we've got access to our held monster parent script, which makes a bit more sense, to be honest. So this is for the enrage. We can get rid of all of this. Yeah. This is, it looks slightly less ugly, but it still looks ugly. Okay. Didn't think we need that. I think the reason that was giving me grief before was purely because I wasn't actually saying anything. I was just saying, here is a particular integer. We're not going to do anything. I just wanted to present that to you, which C# isn't super happy with. Combat script. Yep. Okay. Right. So, let me have a look. So this is nice. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a look at the other attacks. So it'll be in here somewhere. Ah, sorry, blinding. Ah, monster range. So, yeah, like I've actually done all the 4 that I was going to do here. So that's the basic jump forward 2, which I did last time, ranged attack and jump forward, enrage and jump forward. So, like, it would be the main monster moves here that we would be working on next. Yeah, like I say, I'm not super happy with charge. Let's have a look. So, yeah, I would want to do the rage. What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to go into the monster action one, because this is where we're going to do a bunch of stuff similar to what we did here, but for the actual main close-up attacks. And I kind of want to just tidy a few things up. So, oh, I see. What I've done is I put this as a parent. Okay, so what we kind of want to do is just to keep it consistent. I am going to have that there, and have that over here, and all the times that we're using this, we're just going to replace it with this. Okay. So we actually want to get rid of all this. We get red squiggly lines, but that's okay. That will guide us to the way. Guide us the way, right. Why are we doing all this? It makes it tidier and it keeps it consistent with this one. And we can now quite happily get rid of all this. Ah, that feels good. Okay. And we don't need that as an argument anymore. So this is good. I tell you what, even though this has been a really, really quick, short stream, I'm probably going to call it here. I've done a lot. I have actually achieved a lot more because, yeah, like I say, this one I wasn't sure if this was going to take me 4 hours or indeed like it's just taken me 2 hours. But like now that I know, it's not too hard to make all the attacks. Because part of the work today was working out how much effort it is to make one more attack, and like I've jumped through all the like hoops, and it's not actually that hard. And since we've made this function deal with town damage, that is going to make life so much easier from now on. That's going to make life it's going to be fantastic. But yeah, anyway, this has been an awful lot of fun, and I will probably call it here. But yeah, thanks so much for sticking around. Unfortunately, this week I'm actually working quite a lot, so I probably won't be able to. I won't be back on until hopefully the weekend, but it might be a bit later than that. Anyway, yeah, sorry it's a short stream, but yeah, this has been awesome. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you guys later. All right. Oh yeah, no worries, KO2 fan. You rock. Yeah, cheers, man. Yeah, sorry it's a bit of a short one, but yeah, anyway, I've got to go. I'll see you later. All right, bye.